Today's show is brought to you by HelloFresh. Please visit HelloFresh.com and use the promo code CAGCast35 to save $35 off your first week of deliveries when you subscribe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGCast episode number 489. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. As always, we are joined by a man who critics are calling a 10 out of 10. He makes me feel like a child again. Wombat.
It's better than my last reviews, which were he made me feel a child again.
7.5 out of 10.
7.5. That was the age of the child. This is getting dark. A little dark too early even for me.
Oh, dark.
Dark.
Yeah, I know. You're pitch black at this point.
Seriously.
Shipwreck, save us.
I'm just trying to back away as quickly as possible.
Shipwreck's turning on lights. He just took a shower also. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We're getting dangerously close to episode 500.
Wow. Do we have anything planned?
No. I was hoping that it would time up with the Long Island Retro event, but I don't think it does.
So what is that? That would be what, 10 weeks from now? Do we even know what is 10 weeks from now? Does it line up with my birthday episode? Because that would be kind of cool.
2 months, it's a little more than 2 months.
So my 40th birthday and CAGCast 500 would fall at the same time.
Yes. Wow. Maybe we should have a party in the city.
I'm just saying, that's like a thing, right? That's kind of cool.
That would be good. We should do another get-together in the city. That's like the least that we could do. Almost. Even though Shipwreck probably won't be here.
No.
But it's sort of like the least that we could do.
I'm not flying in for Wombat's birthday, no.
He doesn't like me that much.
Well, we should think, if we have time to think about it.
What if I threw in a Funko Enchantress doll? Would that sweeten the pot?
Two of them. Throw in two. I got
two.
one.
I will throw in two.
Oh, I got. Speaking of that, I got my case of retro mystery minis, video games, like the little vinyl figures today.
So did you open them?
I opened 2 of them so far.
So just yeah, I know. Does the carpet match the curtains with those?
Yes. So their package, which the packaging is great. They look like little arcade machines. And so the ones that I gravitated towards were there was 2 boxes that were Q*bert. And I looked at the back and the number of boxes you get for each game. So you got your Q*bert box, you got your Dig Dug box, you got your Frogger box. The number of boxes that are in there are the same as how many figures from that game are in the series. So they're not truly blind boxes, what I'm thinking. I haven't 100% confirmed that so far, but I opened up the 2 Q*bert boxes and out popped Q*bert and Coily.
So we're going to get the whole set, is what you're saying?
Yeah, we're getting the whole set, which is great.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to have happen.
Perfect.
Because I know you ordered them as well, GP.
I did. Mine were supposed to come today. They did not come today. But I assume they will come tomorrow.
They come in a nice little display box and everything too.
Oh, nice.
This is the type of thing that you would sell, like what you would see on store shelves.
Yeah, you bought what they sell in the store. You just bought
right.
Oh, that display box. I thought you meant individually.
Yeah. It's got nice graphics on it and everything. The figures themselves, they're typical vinyl figure quality. I enjoy the Q*bert and the Coily so far.
Perfect.
I'm very curious to see your collection when it's done.
All 12 of them?
Mm-hmm. All 12 of them.
Oh, we're not. So we don't get the whole collection? Wait, I'm so confused now.
No, we do. We get 12.
Okay, so there's 12.
That's how many are in the collection.
Oh, okay. Good. Now I'm excited.
At least I did in my box. Maybe you got
the shit box.
12 of the terrible ghost from Pac-Man.
Perfect. Wombat will be psyched. At least he'll get a ghost, a terrible ghost.
That's the saddest thing about this is Wombat just does not get anything out of this.
I'll survive.
Yes.
Yes.
10
Very
out of
much.
10. Remember.
Yes. 10. I'm a 10 out of 10.
Why were there so many comments from last week's show?
A lot of it was about the Switch and Shipwreck's commentary regarding the power brick and the hard drive space. And it was enough for me to say that we're going to talk more about that later, so I don't need to add it to the show feedback.
Oh, okay.
There was a little bit of comments about Cheapy being a 1%er as well.
And some of that too still, which we covered already
Right.
ad nauseum. So
After the show, I did research to find out what that really entailed, and I can confirm that I am not a 1%er. So
You mean how much what your net worth is?
I looked up both what the annual salary has to be and what your net worth has to be. Both
They both factor in. Okay.
There's depending on what you want to call it, I guess. Who knows what people's definitions are? But I assume those are the two that I came up with, and I don't win either of those. So I'm sorry to disappoint all you people out there, especially Wombat.
I'm very disappointed.
I didn't read the comments at all this week because the last
I
one.
read them all. Don't worry.
Yeah,
listeners.
Shipwreck replied to a lot of people also, so there was no point in me posting those comments either.
Shipwreck's got to stand up for proper power supply design.
That's right.
He always talks about that stuff. It always matters.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about any console. He's always talk about how big the brick is or whatnot. So I'm not surprised. And you're going to be hearing more about that shit later. So stay tuned.
Not about the plug so much. I've said my piece on the plug.
Right. We're going to move on from the plug into more important complaints. So yeah, how about some show feedback, Wombat?
Sure. Duran603 has to say, as a lifelong listener, I've always been hooked by the CAGCast informative yet comedic tone. I particularly enjoy the playful nature of the show. The guys bounce off each other in a way reminiscent of Mo, Larry, and Curly. Am I Curly or Mo? I guess I'm Curly. You'd be Mo. Even though you have hair and I'm whatever, it doesn't matter. However, it seems that as of late, many people have been taking it way too seriously. Judging by many of the comments on Twitter, one would think Cheapy, Wombat, and Ship are discussing topics akin to those you would hear on The O'Reilly Factor or The Lead with Jake Tapper. My advice to sensitive and disgruntled listeners is to sit back in your mom's basement, have a wine cooler, and enjoy the show. These are three guys who share your interests. They're allowed to have their opinions. I guarantee they're not taking it as seriously as you are. If they were, most of us would stop listening.
Did you try to balance out from last week's comment?
Yes.
Were you trying to hit the opposite side of the spectrum?
Mm-hmm. I'm allowed, right?
Sure.
I think it makes the show more interesting. I take this seriously, not as seriously as you, because that's what Duran603 says. And why would I go to my mom's house to listen to the show? When I could do it on my very own.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad somebody enjoys the show.
Yeah, we got one fan. So thanks a lot, dude.
Nice. Yeah, stay positive.
That's right.
It only took 602 Durans before we found one that liked us.
Yeah, well, that was funny. Captain Nink has to say, Cheapy, the company that might have built Robutler is International Robot.
No, Robutler.
Well, they built the robot in Rocky 3 that Uncle Paulie fell in love with.
Oh, he wrote Robo Butler. I see. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry,
Yes.
Wombat. I'm scolding you. I thought you card read good,
That's okay.
but it was just
They still rent out robots. You could rent one for Ty's bar mitzvah. I thought even if it's the wrong company, you'd still be interested in being able to get the robot from Rocky 3. Because I know
Not
you kind of have a soft
Rocky
spot.
Rocky Rocky 3? Rocky 4. Rocky 4.
4. Yeah, because that's when he's soft.
Dude, this guy, Cab Nick, he got Robutler's name wrong and the Rocky movie wrong.
Wait a minute.
Was the robot in
that's
Rocky
right.
3?
It's Rocky 3.
It is Rocky 3, yeah, because that,
Happy birthday, Paulie.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, because Mr. T calls out Rocky for being soft and rich and a 1%er.
It's 3.
You're essentially Rocky, and I'm Mr. T.
Oh, all right. Is it really Rocky? We confirm that it's Rocky 3?
It's not 4. It's definitely not 4.
It's not the one with the Russian. No,
Right.
it's not.
It's the wrong tone for that movie. All right,
Yeah.
fine. I'll never forget the robot saying "Happy Birthday, Paulie." That will always stay with me, at least. Yeah, Robutler. Go Robutler. I couldn't even, when I saw the Robutler picture on the outline, when I was doing this week's outline, I couldn't remember if we talked about that during the show or if that was.
And it's, according to this, it's Rocky 4.
It is Rocky 4, right?
It is Rocky 4?
No, wait,
Yep.
you're probably reading it wrong.
No.
You sure, Wombat? Have you done your proper research? People are counting on you.
Rocky IV.
Yeah. See? Rocky 4's robot's secret connection to autism treatment. What?
Yeah, I was just looking at the same thing.
What? Anyway, Robutler is life.
What was
That's all
in
you
3?
need to know.
Aliens? Was that the one with the aliens?
No,
in it?
3 3 is Mr. T. I don't know. I was pretty sure it was 4. At the very beginning, I think. You know?
Well, yeah, it's not who he fights at the end.
That would be good, though. I would watch that one.
What, Rocky fighting a robot?
Shit,
Didn't they make that movie with Hugh Jackman?
No, those were robots fighting robots. I want to see a movie where a man fights a robot in a boxing match.
My cousin went to go see Logan tonight at the premiere.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Manhattan. And when she turned the corner to go to her theater with her husband, Hugh Jackman was standing at the door taking pictures with everyone.
Nice.
The real Hugh Jackman. So she got to meet Hugh Jackman tonight.
Sweet.
Yeah. I don't know. Just thought of that because we're talking about, yeah.
Great story.
I know. I know.
Cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro. Yeah. Isn't that why people listen to the show? To hear cool stories about how my family members met Hugh Jackman?
No, they listened to it to hear Shipwreck's review of Paddington.
Hey, Shipwreck, I heard you saw a 4-year-old movie about an animated bear. How was that?
It's 2 years and it's CGI.
No, Wombat was talking about a different movie.
Oh, okay. Paddington's great. Have either of you seen Paddington?
No, I meant to, though.
Why do you
My
hate your
kids
kids?
saw it in the theater. I know they liked it, but I didn't see it.
It's got like a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes, cheapy.
So it's as good as Zelda, is what you're saying?
Right,
It's as good as Get Out. Is that like a good double feature to have to watch
I think
with the
that
kids?
could work.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just incredibly well done. Like the CG and just like the overall art style of the movie and the cinematography and everything. Like it's interesting to watch, and it's got enough like adult humor in there that it's good for watching as well. You're not going to be like upset that you have to watch a kids movie.
Cool.
No, I've been meaning. I know that it's supposed to be fantastic. I just, I don't know. We don't watch a lot of movies.
Speaking of
Just looking
CGI,
Right.
oh,
Go ahead.
you're still talking about Paddington?
No. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I finally remembered the movie that I watched over the weekend.
What
I
was
watched Sausage Party.
it? In 4K?
Well, I don't have 4K, but it was on Netflix. So,
Was there?
Yeah, I watched-
Was there a fire alarm going off while you were trying to watch the movie?
no.
Oh, remember when I went to Best Buy and the fire alarm went off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was.
How was the cinematography in Sausage Party?
Sausage Party? Oh, it's got scope, let me tell you.
Mrs. Chibi lasted 5 minutes and made me turn it off.
I can imagine that. My wife had zero interest. She's like, if you want to watch that garbage, here's another room and there's a television.
There's a lot
What
of.
was more believable, one of these talking sausages or Grand Moff Tarkin?
Ooh, that's kind of it's a toss up. It really is. But,
it was a lot of
yeah.
vagina jokes in the first 5 minutes.
There's a lot of vagina jokes in the first hour and a half, and that's how long the movie is.
Yeah, I should have left.
It is. It's okay. It's surprisingly heavy-handed when it comes to its message, but
all vaginas are beautiful. Is that the message?
no, it's the movie's all about religion, and at its core, it's an indictment on religion. I guess I don't know if indictment might be a strong word, but yeah, that's what the movie's trying to get at. That you don't have to believe blah 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 blah.
Right. Just be a penis.
Exactly. Just be a penis and stick it in a bun.
Right.
And stick it in any bun you want is really because that's yeah, that movie has an ending, all right.
No, don't spoil it.
The only thing that I'll spoil is the food. Wallump bump. The movie wasn't good.
Right. That joke
Spoil
wasn't
food. Yeah, it wasn't a good joke. But then again, neither were the jokes in that movie, so I don't feel bad.
Where are we now? How about some read this, bitches?
Sure.
I started reading a new book called Canary. I don't think I could pronounce this author's last name, but his first name is Dwayne
Straczynski.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this guy he writes comic books, I know, but he also does a lot of modern crime thrillers. And I've read a bunch of them. And I'm about halfway through this one. It's called Canary, and it's about a college student that gets mixed up in some drug stuff, like an honors college student. It's they're pretty sort of lighthearted, about as lighthearted as a crime thriller could be. Sort of like Elmore Leonard. I think if you liked his books, you would probably enjoy Dwayne, whatever Wombat said his last name is. His books. I really like the Charlie Hardy trilogy that he wrote too. And yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. Ship, you still reading that health book?
The Salt, Sugar, Fat. It's kind of a health book. I don't know. It's about processed food. Turns out Lunchables are like the worst thing you can put in your body.
It's better to eat the package than eat the stuff inside.
Yeah, I think that there was a line in the book that it was the most nutritious thing in there was the napkin.
No,
but then they later took the napkin out.
I was to say there is no napkin in them anymore.
It was too nutritious.
Oh, Wombat, stop buying Lunchables, please.
He's not, just to spite you.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a good book. I don't know. It's all the stuff that's bad for you. It's bad for you. It's just
bacon. How bad is bacon?
Everything's fine in moderation. Don't eat bacon, a lot of it every day.
What about bacon Lunchables?
So you're saying that the package of bacon that I have every morning is not good for me?
Everybody has a different definition of moderation.
Yeah, I need to read that book just to eat more healthy. Speaking of eating more healthy, what a segue. Holy moly. Holy segues, Batman. Let's talk about our friends at HelloFresh. I know that Shipwreck has gotten involved recently.
Yeah, I think we've been doing it for about a month now. It's great. It does take most meals, they say, are about a half hour, and it does take, I don't know, probably closer to 40 minutes.
Have you tried working faster?
I have, but I don't have the knife skills to pull that off a lot of the time. And I'm trying to deal with 2 children at the same time as well.
Get good, Ship. Come on.
Right. No, the food's delicious though. There's not been a single meal that we have not liked so far.
I agree. For people who don't know, HelloFresh is a meal delivery service, a meal kit delivery service. They send you the exact right amount of food, of ingredients, and they send you a easy to follow recipe. And all the meals are created by nutritionists that they have on staff, and it comes right to your door once a week. And I've been doing it, we've been doing it for like 3 months now. And we've been doing it twice a week. We've been doing the family plan. But now I just switched to the classic plan, and we're now going to be doing it 3 times a week, starting soon. I just switched that over, just because I think you get more fish and stuff with the classic plan. Like in the family plan, obviously want to make the dishes as kid friendly as possible. I guess kids don't like fish. What do you know? But I'm totally addicted to preparing the meals. I mean, I really get a real big sense of accomplishment when I turn out one of these meals. And I got Mrs. Cheapy taking the photos, and she's into taking the photos. And Ty loves every dish that I've made so far. No complaints. Yeah, I mean, I really couldn't like it anymore. I'm totally into HelloFresh. And if you go to visit HelloFresh.com right now and use promo code CAGCast35, you'll save $35 off your first week of deliveries when you subscribe. I don't know. I think it's totally worth giving it a shot. I think it's awesome. I mean, we had a pork dish last night, and their pork is awesome. I remember Wombat talking about the pork before when he was doing HelloFresh.
Yes, yeah, it was very good.
So good. Oh.
Very good.
Anyway, thank you, HelloFresh. A couple of people have written in asking if it's Ty in the latest HelloFresh commercial, because I guess there's some halfy kid in there. It's not Ty. I would let you know if Ty was in the HelloFresh commercial. You wouldn't find out about it by surprise. It's not him. How about some new releases?
Okay.
There's some big one or 2 big ones even.
I know. Let's talk about Horizon. We were all 3 playing it. Horizon Zero Dawn, the latest Guerrilla game for PlayStation 4.
The latest racing game.
I wasn't expecting it, and now I have it. So
I probably played the most.
Huh?
A listener sent it to you, right, Wombat?
Yes, it was sent to me by Bread Boo is the listener who sent it to me. I did not expect it, and I thoroughly appreciate it. I just got it's kind of fun to get a private message in your inbox that just shows a receipt and a tracking number. I'm like, all right, thanks. So,
I like it too.
Yeah. So, and it was a nice surprise, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Bread Boo. It was super nice of you, and I don't deserve it, but I'll take it. So, thank you. But we're all 3 playing it, and I'm probably the furthest, played the least, because I only got my copy yesterday. But and I know that Shipwreck has had it since Monday. And
yep.
You picked it up on Tuesday, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I'm probably the farthest through it because I've been playing a lot over the last 2 days.
The 2 of us have jobs.
What level are you?
Yes. See, now Shipwreck's going to show off how much better he is at the game by having played for 2 hours and it's like way above me. What level am I? I'm going to say 14.
Okay, you are. I'm only level 8, so you have played a lot of this game then.
And I'm level 5. I'll say 5.
Yeah, I mean, I could be like 13 or 12, but I'm somewhere in there.
Okay, yeah, you're past the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say the beginning of the game, I had Mrs. Cheapy watching and Ty watching. I'm talking about the very beginning, where there's a lot of story in the beginning and not a lot of doing action.
A little too much story for my taste, but you guys seem to like it, so I guess it is what it is.
I like story when it's well done, and this is well done, and I think it needed the story because
I get if you say so. I felt the tutorial dragged a little bit. It dragged that whole sneaking through the bushes seemed a little drawn out, a little maybe twice as long as it needed to be.
I was totally into the story, though. I think they're doing I mean, obviously I'm not done with the game, but I think they've done a good job with the story so far in that it's just the right amount of story that I can follow what's going on and be interested in what's going on and invested.
I think they've built a great, unique world that I like that the big twist is actually right up in the beginning. I'm sure there are more twists. Again, I'm only 2 hours in, but I like that they don't hide that. It's like, oh, and by the way, here's something I bet you didn't know. And I'm like, oh, look at that. Well,
giant robot
things.
penis.
Yes, a giant robot penis with
right
giant robot
chest.
testicles rolls down a mountain at you.
Aloy's chest.
Yep.
What? I have no idea even what you're talking about, Wombat, as what the twist was at the beginning.
Oh. Well, I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it for everyone. At least it was something that I didn't know. Maybe you knew that going in, but I didn't. So.
ATST?
ATST. No, just that,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know either. I think I know. I don't know that we'd call that a twist though. But
I would call it a little bit of a twist.
I don't know. I really just enjoyed the whole way they handled the story in the beginning and the girl growing up.
Right. I usually hate it when games like make me play as a kid version of the character.
I know that.
I'm not usually a fan of that as well.
But this is done so well. Like I cared about this like little girl.
I could have used half as much of it, even easy half as much of them making me play as her in the cave. It was too much.
But it ties in pretty quickly with some more story elements that are coming up for you, Wombat.
Yes,
I get it. I just it could have been half as long. It didn't need to be. She didn't. There's a lot of her just walking down a hallway.
Oh, empathy, Wombat. You're lacking the empathy for this character, I think, and that's why you're bored.
Maybe I'm just the have no soul.
Maybe you're a sociopath.
I want to get to the game. I want to stab a robot horse as quickly as possible because I stabbed a whole lot of robot horses.
It's a long game, so they had to have some story in the beginning. And I was like Shipwreck. I was emotionally invested. There may have been half a tear that was shed for that for our
Whatever.
Young
You
heroine.
cry every day. It doesn't matter. It means nothing coming from you.
That is false.
You crying means nothing.
That is fake news.
You're fake news.
The game looks amazing. I'm playing on the Pro, and I am playing on favor resolution for the 4K-ish image, and it looks fantastic. The lighting is amazing. This is Far Cry meets modern Tomb Raider.
It's very much Tomb Raider. Yeah,
it does.
It's not as much like set pieces. There's whether you like what kind of game you prefer. Really, is what it comes down to. Whether you want like a straightforward, like set piece driven game, or whether you want more of an open world type thing.
Yeah, I feel like some of the battles that I fought so far seem pretty big in scope because you have those robot dinosaurs involved. Mm-hmm. And people fighting on your side. You feel like you're in a war with robot dinosaurs, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good feeling to have. This is a quality game. I like this Horizon. Stuff.
A lot of people seem to like it, so it's not too surprising.
Yeah, Mrs. Cheapy was a little disappointed when I told her I played without her, because I said, "Look, if I'm only gonna play when you're available, this is a big game. This is just."
Does it get inappropriate for say a child my daughter's age to watch with me?
It's T for teen.
I understand that.
There is killing. There is quite a lot of killing of humans.
Okay.
And robots.
Yeah, the robot stuff isn't as disturbing as watching the arrow go through somebody's head.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like watching her stab robot dinosaurs and horses isn't something that I think my daughter would be affected by.
No,
you're going to be fighting humans as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Slow motion.
Spoiler alert.
Well, that's okay. It's not really a spoiler.
I'm kidding.
But
I understand. That was a joke.
I'm a big fan of killing things in slow motion, and this game has that. Those are the perks. The perks even revolve around that. The slow motion killing. You can choose.
This game has pretty much everything. It's got the RPG elements. It's got you going around picking flowers.
Loot boxes.
It's got the loot boxes. It's got the crafting. It's got the perk system. It's got outfits.
Towers.
For Wombat.
Towers to climb.
Yeah. I need to find some new outfits. I only have the one that you start with. I'm like, I need a new one.
I just bought a new one.
I'm sure soon enough I'll get a new one. I like the whistle. I like hiding in the bushes and whistling. Stupid horses. They walk to me every time.
The people will do that too.
Really? People are stupid.
Yes.
I have not whistled once.
Really? Oh, it's like the thing I do the most. I just kneel down in a bush and I whistle. Something walks to me and then I hit the R1 button and stab it. And it's a one-hit kill.
I shoot everything in the head with my bow and arrow.
Well, I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah, the combat's fun. I like the melee combat and the range combat. It looks so good. I like the sort of the neon look of the robots and how it saturates the screen. Just a unique look. I like it a lot. It's eye candy up the wazoo. So yeah, I recommend this game tape.
I'm sure we'll have more to talk about it next week.
Yes.
I should hopefully get a good chance to play tomorrow.
I will say this, that I die a lot. Some of the there's some big battles that come up, and there's there's going to be some situations where you have to do stealth all the time. Not all the time. I mean, in certain situations, and you'll fail because you were not stealthy. But it didn't really bother me too much. The game is satisfying enough that I didn't really mind having to go back and do those fights again, because I would just have to think of a more intelligent way to go about it.
It's not a really annoying stealth system either. Like it's
forgiving,
very forgiving. At least what I've played so far.
Yeah.
Because I hate stealth.
Yeah. Do you find the save system slightly frustrating at later in the game?
No, well, here's the thing. I want to give kudos to the save system. I like the idea of just the one-touch quick save when you walk by the campfire, just the instant save. But you have to be cognizant of if you saved your game recently or not before going into certain situations, or really any situation.
Most situations, the open world stuff, you just kind of like pop back out where you died at.
Well, but you could be in a situation here where you've collected a lot of plants or beaten some big dinosaur robots and got some nice goodies, and then just went to one battle too many without saving at a campfire and lose your stuff, which I've done a lot. But it's really your fault. You're supposed to know there are plenty of campfires. You can't really say that they're not. You just have to remember to visit the campfire.
Well, that's the other thing, though. Are there so many campfires, then why not just have a save anywhere feature?
I don't know. It's part of the exploration process, I think. I don't think it's really a significant issue at all.
They serve as your fast travel points as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like these, the flowers are everywhere, and things that you collect, killing the dinosaur robots are fun. So having to do it, more than once because you didn't save is, at least at this point, hasn't been frustrating for me.
The side missions have been rewarding so far as well. They're not just like bare bones.
I've done more side missions than main missions, so.
Okay, they're good, right? They're not just so overtly just go get this thing and bring it back to me.
Well, I did that one.
So yeah, there's certainly that one is there, but I don't know if the storytelling is good enough to cover up some of that stuff.
Yeah,
you probably skipped right through it, Wombat.
No, I listen to them. I have the subtitles on, so sometimes I'll just read it fast and hit the A button a few times. X button. Sorry.
Yeah,
X
you got to do that. I mean, you got to save time.
Yeah, I know it's fine. I get it. I get the gist. Sometimes I'll want to hear the old woman actually say her speech, but yeah, no.
Are you doing the dialogue trees and all the optional dialogue?
Yeah, Yes, I always do the. Don't ask me why, but I will always do all read it. I like I said, I just kind of burn through it and read it, but I'll always do the optional stuff.
Interesting.
You just want to press the buttons. You don't want to
Nope.
really read it or understand it. Just got to get this off the screen.
Yep.
I just skip it usually. I go to the main ones.
I listen to everything. I don't skip anything.
It's too big, this game. I saw the reviews. People were saying 40 hours.
That's fine. I'm enjoying it. Like that. If I'm there for the story, which is a big part of what's drawing me into this game.
The main story I don't skip.
This game needs to take me through to Mass Effect. That's the goal. That's the goal of this game, is I play this, and then when I'm done, it's like, oh, and here's the next game for you, and I get to say, thanks, world.
Feels pretty big, the game. It feels like Skyrim big in terms of the world. It's pretty cool. I'm happy. I'm a happy customer.
Excellent.
All right. What else we got this week? Zelda?
Let's see here. Zelda. That comes out.
That'll be out when the show is on for people.
My copy is in the mail. We'll be here tomorrow.
Today, for those listening.
Mine is on a shelf at Best Buy, probably. In Old Westbury. In Westbury, not Old Westbury.
The whole Switch is coming out. So that is a new release.
Yes.
Yep.
It's Switch week.
Yay. Mine shipped. It's coming.
Happy Switchmas.
Mine did as well.
It's Switchmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I want to play that Zelda game. Everybody has been giving it 10s out of 10s.
Yes, it is getting very good reviews. That Legend of Frank, whatever they call it, Breath of Frank.
I want to believe. But I don't know.
It's hard, like playing Horizon and thinking, okay, Horizon's what, like an 8.8, like Metacritic,
right?
Somewhere in that range.
There's some magic in Zelda that's missing from Horizon.
Right, that's that much better universally. It's hard to believe. I hope it's there. I hope I'm just like blown away. But I mean, Horizon's so good.
Right. That's what I had the same thoughts today. How could this be? But hey, look, I haven't played a Zelda game in forever, and I'm excited to check it out and to be blown away and taken back to my childhood and whatever other hyperbolic thing we could come up with. I don't know. Well, cool. I'm excited for it. I have to buy it. But my Pro controller is not coming until next week. So I have to slum it with the Joy Grip.
What's the point?
I mean, I heard it's not that bad, right? It resembles a normal controller. That's what I hear.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk a lot more about Zelda next week after we play it.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to setting up a new system. It's always enjoyable.
I think I got to redo my wiring. It's pretty messy. And definitely my Harmony remote needs reprogramming. Other Switch games are out this week. And I guess the embargo is up for 1-2 Switch, which apparently is
not getting 10 out of 10s.
No, it's not the next Wii Sports. It's the critics are trying to come up with jokes about how bad it is. That's where we are on this one. So why didn't they just include this with the system?
They wanted to be at that $299 price range. It's the reason why they didn't include a lot of stuff with this system.
But how much could that have cost to produce 1-2 Switch? I feel like they could build that in and not be out too much do-re-mi.
The crazy thing is that's out of all of these games that are out and really announced for the most part, like that's the game that's causing the motion controls. Like that these things have to detach from this thing at all.
Right, or use the accelerometers in there or whatever.
Right. That's the crazy thing here is that I'm guessing Just Dance does as well.
Sure.
Whatever. It's Just Dance. They put that on things that don't have any motion control, I think.
Right.
I think you just put it on and you dance in front of it.
Right. I have the socks, I think.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's strange.
Like, are there going to be more motion control games coming out?
Is Snipper Clips, is that motion controlled?
I don't think so.
That one, that's going to be the other game I pick up. That's the $20 downloadable game.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll check that out. Bomberman.
I haven't seen great things about it.
Are the reviews out for that?
I've seen some reviews, yes.
I
don't know if there have been
Bomberman.
formal reviews for it yet, but I've seen people saying that it's not much single player, of course, but the Bomberman stuff is there. It's good local Bomberman.
Yeah, it's hard to get excited about $50.
Bomberman. Bomberman that doesn't do anything that you haven't done before.
I just want like multiplayer Bomberman. $20. Come on, you can't make
It'll
that
get
happen?
there. Like that's the beauty of the Super Bomberman R is that we can all pick it up here in a few months when it's $20.
Okay, I hope so. Should we talk about the Switch hardware at this point?
We can.
Because I think we're done talking about the software. That's
it'll
pretty
be
much it.
out when the show is out.
Yeah, everybody will have it in their hands. I have concerns like about the Joy-Con. Just the design of how that all slips into place and integrates onto the tablet. It's just raising a lot of red flags for me, like engineering wise.
Go on.
The rails on the tablet are metal, and it seems like everything that connects the Joy-Con to it is plastic. And that includes like a little cantilevered lead-in that kind of lines it up to slide in.
Okay.
So by cantilevered, I mean, do you know what that means?
Yes. Hanging over.
Yeah, it's hanging out there without any support.
It's a piece of plastic.
Is this piece of plastic that looks like it's about maybe a half inch wide by maybe somewhere like a tenth of an inch thick, maybe a little bit, maybe. I don't think it's near a quarter of an inch, but just from pictures, I'm judging all this. And that like goes into this like small little like radius corner that also there's another like radius corner there for the lip that slides up against to hold it in the like if you were to try to rotate it like around the Switch. So that just seems like that's not the best idea. And then the locking mechanism, which is the only thing that holds it in like the vertical direction if you were to just like hold the Switch right in front of you, it's very tiny. That thing, if that's plastic, which I think it is, that's going to get constantly worn against the metal that snaps into, that makes that snap sound. So I know like Giant Bomb, they dropped one of their Switches.
They dropped the Switch or they dropped the Joy-Con?
No, they dropped it with the Joy-Cons attached to it.
Oh, okay.
So
perfect. That's what you wanted.
Right. That is not what you want to do, because then it seems like they've sheared off.
Oh, right.
The lock.
Yes, the metal wins
tab.
is what you're saying.
The metal wins. The metal is going to win over plastic.
The weight. Yes, I can see that. Yeah.
So I think, like, I really hope Nintendo has gone through and done some cycle testing on this to see how many times you can snap and unsnap that thing to see what the life on it is.
Wombat cycle testing is when they run it over with a motorcycle.
I know what it is.
I'm really trying to like dumb down the engineering here
for Wombat.
But for everybody, for listeners involved, like I could get a lot more in depth with it, but I don't know. My feeling is that they have the potential of having a huge issue here with the Joy-Cons.
Right.
I think they may have designed the thing upside down. I think the Joy-Cons, to be more sturdy, would have been better if they just slid in from the bottom.
But then you couldn't do it from the stand, right?
Well, of course, you couldn't do it from the stand, but does that matter?
You just take it out of the stand and do it.
Yeah, you just take it out of the stand and do it. Because then you're not relying on that little tab to be all of like holding all the weight. Then you could put the little lip on the bottom of it and hold it on the lip, like when it's sitting up.
Shipwreck, can you design a new Switch and submit it to Nintendo as soon as possible?
I think they'll figure it out. I'm hoping that I really, 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 really hope I'm wrong on this. Because I don't want to see, like, I don't want to buy a console that I know is going to break.
But
that's no fun.
We can be Switch ambassadors, and that means free games to go with our broken Switch.
Yeah, you'll get, I would say 10 free games, but there aren't 10 games. So
you get 3 copies of 1-2 Switch and some future considerations.
There you go.
But I'll comment more about it next week once I actually have the thing in my hands. And
that's more fair.
And
I was thinking about this the other day, and you could tell me if I'm way off base. Because you're smart people. So you know how this new Nintendo Switch is going to have a paid online service?
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the way Xbox does and PlayStation does. And that's fine. Do you think if they get enough subscriptions, like how Xbox and PlayStation have a bajillion subscriptions and make a ton of cash from it? Because a lot of it is profit.
Yeah.
If Nintendo actually does get enough subscriptions and are able to make enough profit from, auto-renewing subscriptions, will they be able to lower the price of this console, unlike with the Wii U?
They could have lowered the price of the Wii U.
But they didn't.
They've got they're sitting on loads of money.
Yeah, they were, I don't know what they were thinking there.
I mean, they didn't lower the price of the Wii U. Could they? Is it an easier pill to swallow to lower the price of the Switch if they get enough subscriptions to their online service?
They'll only lower the price if it makes sense to them. It has. I don't think it would have anything to do with if they were being successful. If they're being successful, I think there's less chance.
Sure.
Well,
I mean, look, Wombat, if they didn't lower the price of the Wii U through that whole disaster.
You don't think so? There will never be a price drop on the Switch?
No. Well, no, I don't think that's true.
There'll be a price drop on it.
Yeah.
Sure. The normal kind of price drop as you go through the life cycle of this thing.
The Wii U really never made it. I don't know what. I think they decided the Wii U was done pretty early on, so they didn't bother doing the price drop because they just want to let it die off quietly.
I guess we'll readdress this conversation in a year.
But I don't think that they would be. I think that's very fresh in memory, the Wii U. And so
I would say because the thought process is you lower the price with the hopes that more people buy the console to get more people to buy your online subscription, and then in 2 years you've made more money than you would have if you sold them the console at full price.
I don't think they're, like Shipwreck says, I don't think one thing has to do with the other. They don't think that way.
I don't put enough faith in them to realize that they're a service-based company. Okay.
Yeah, because, that's the way I think, and I think that's the way Microsoft definitely thinks.
That's definitely how Microsoft works.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but, because they're no fools. It seems to be very successful model for them. I'm wondering if Nintendo has thoughts of that model because they are introducing a paid online service.
I don't think they would copy Microsoft at any turn. Nintendo has a very successful model as well. It's being highly protective of their IP that just continues to make them money.
Yes, just not in the numbers that it was. How long ago now was the Wii the biggest thing?
It's throw the Wii out the window. Like, that is never going to happen again.
No, it won't happen.
If you compare it to their whole cycle from NES on, they're still very profitable.
I never said they weren't profitable. The question was never whether or not they're profitable. It was a question of getting the console into as many homes as possible. It's two different things. And is that the goal of Nintendo, to get their console into as many homes as possible, or is it to just turn the modest profit, which I know is a lot, that Nintendo is used to making historically, Wii not being considered?
I'm sure they want everybody to buy one.
But they're still going to do it the way that they're going to do it. They don't really. They're not looking to steer the boat in another direction to go after more riches. They're just going to stay the course.
I think I have a good example here with the NES Classic. I think the reason Nintendo hasn't truly like just been pumping those things out is I don't think the profit margins are there for them. It just doesn't, like $60 for this thing. They're not making a ton on it.
That is probably very true.
Really? You don't think they could be making $20 on it? $10?
There's hardware involved. It's not like pressing a disc for the same price.
The licensing.
Right. Yeah, there's licensing, there's like you're having to send that to stores. It's bigger than a case of
it's
games.
Heavier than a game. It's got moving parts. I'm with Shipwreck on this one.
It just doesn't make sense financially just to put a whole bunch of those out there. Sure, they're turning a profit on it, but I doubt it's their normal, like, just so much profit on everything we put out.
It's not Wii U profit.
There's no potential for future profit either, unlike the Switch.
Right.
Yes.
So there's a reason why they didn't pump the market full of those things. And I don't remember where I was going with that. What were we comparing this to?
I don't know. You said you had a point, and I thought we were done. But I was just posing a hypothetical situation because I thought it would be an interesting conversation.
Oh, I think they don't want to sell it. That was going to be my point. They don't want to lower the price of this thing to get it into many homes as possible and not make a profit on it still. They like their profit numbers where they're at. So they'll lower the price when it makes sense, but we're so early. This thing just came out.
I know.
About price drop.
Right. We're talking about price drop, and we're talking about they have
well,
the hardware
I'm talking
defects,
about.
potentially.
I mean, I think it comes down to competition in the marketplace and their ability to compete in the U.S. market when the other two consoles have such a strong lead. But
and they're cheap.
I guess and
they're cheap.
They're getting very cheap. So someone on the fence who has nothing. Again, it really comes down to those Nintendo IPs. But
it comes down to the IPs, and they are in their unique space. The other two consoles, you can't take them with you. So it's not a direct comparison on consoles. Like it's an easy bullet point to tell parents, or mainly parents, for this. Let's be honest; it's still.
Well, it's $300 before you add
right. That's
game.
the tough. I do agree that the $300 price point,
crazy price,
makes this
before you have a game. And I mean, you could say, well, this one you can only play at home, but it's $250 and it comes with 2 games. This is $399 without a game, but you could take it in the car,
which is a big selling point.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just, it's, as a parent, I don't know which way I'd go.
But everybody has an iPad though already. Yes. And all the parents know that the iPad games are free or cheap.
And as a parent, I can tell you the last thing I want my kids to have is another thing that's like an iPad.
Another fucking tablet. That's $300 that if they drop.
It is literally the last thing I want in my house for my kids is another thing like a tablet. If it was up to me, they wouldn't have the tablets.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Steve Jobs felt the same way.
Yeah, see? Yeah, well, if it was up to Steve Jobs, he wouldn't have had the kid.
I haven't watched the movie. Spoiler. Well, we'll see. We're maybe getting ahead of ourselves before we...
Yeah. Well, I'm just, people like it when we pretend that we can tell the future. It's something for people to talk about. Maybe people think I'm right. Maybe people think I'm a crazy person. It's fun.
Speaking of crazy people, who decided that we needed friend codes for this thing?
No, that was Shipwreck's idea. He emailed Nintendo directly.
Just not enough time to come up with something else?
Mm-hmm. That's what it is. They've gone out and said now that there will be more ways to add friends in the future. Don't know if you guys realize this. This console is not ready to launch.
Yeah, I think we've figured. I mean, look, that's not that unusual. I mean, we've seen a lot of consoles launch with, that needed big updates on day one and still
Microsoft is good at that.
Yeah, everybody's good at it. Everybody's guilty of that. But no online service, that's pretty big. This Nintendo's, they are expanding this concept of an unfinished console at launch for sure, but it's not unheard of, and it's fairly common. They're just taking it to the next level, I would say.
And then there was this latest thing that came out that you can't save your games onto like the SD card that you put in there. Everything saves to the system. So you can't like take your saves with you or back up your saves or anything.
You mean there's no cloud saving?
No.
I'm just kidding. Cloud
saving. It just hard saves to your system, which then gets back into this, oh no, what is Nintendo doing again, where all of our content is locked down to a system level. So hopefully they fix that as well. I'm going to stay hopeful and say that this is just something they haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. We know that. That's not new news, I guess.
There are over 60 indie games on the way, though. Did you guys watch that Nintendo Direct?
No.
Oh.
Did I miss something?
They announced a whole bunch of
Blaster Master?
Okay.
Isn't
Blaster
it like a new
Master.
one? It's a new Blaster Master that's exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exciting.
That's good.
I won't knock that. I love that game.
Yeah, it's nice to see that there's all these indie games coming. It will fill the void that the Vita will leave.
Right, and the void of actual third-party games.
Well, that is their third party.
Right.
Indie games are Nintendo's third party.
Nindies. Please refer to them as Nindies.
I will never say that. That is the most ridiculous. Like
Nindies? I like it.
It sounds like Nintendo's taking credit for their these indie developers.
What movie do you prefer? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom or Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
I think Nintendo should start selling underwear, and they could call them Nundies.
Nundies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
will have Nundy of that. Thank you.
Nindies. I like
a boy named after the dog.
No, that was the dog's name. What are we? Where are we here? I'm totally lost. Are we done with talking about Nintendo?
Yeah, we're talking about Indiana Jones.
Okay. So, let's talk about Microsoft and the Xbox Game Pass that they announced this week. That was to take our minds off.
It is very cool. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, $10 a month, and you get access to their digital library of Xbox 360 and Xbox One games. They are full game downloads. It's not streaming in any way. And as long as you pay your $10 a month, you've got access to the library, just like EA
And if
access.
you want to buy the game and you have this, I mean, I don't know why you would if you have it.
Because games can cycle out.
I guess it's there's a 20% off discount, so it's the closest thing to Gamers Club that any digital service has. And all DLC is 10% off, which is kind of cool.
Oh wait, they couldn't hook us up with the 20% off on the DLC?
No, it's 10% off for DLC for games that are part of the program.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's where they're hoping to make some of the money back, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where they'll make money that way. They'll make money. Again, it's, you have these people already on the hook for $10 a month. The profit margins might be slim. Otherwise, at least you're getting that constant stream of cash. That's what Xbox wants. That's what Microsoft wants. They want you to be paying them every month, whether you use their service or not.
Who doesn't?
Exactly. No,
that's where you want to be.
It's brilliant. That's why I think it's something that Nintendo may want to take a long, hard look at.
We've been talking about it for literally 5 years now that Nintendo should be doing this.
Just $10 a month out of people is a decent chunk of change.
It's great.
I still think they should have some sort of again, it's very early, so who knows? Maybe they will some sort of package with that and Xbox Live for like a yearly lump sum at a discount.
And throw in EA Access. They can call it like Xbox Live Platinum.
Xbox Live Complete.
Well,
Platinum.
EA Access is going to stay its own thing because EA has a good thing going there.
I played Madden 17 over the weekend because that was part of EA because they just added it to EA Access.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I played all I did the Ultimate Team stuff, all the single player drills. It was fun. My Ultimate Team is terrible, and I'm not going to spend any money as much as they kind of want to force you to do it. But it's neat. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Because let's see, because
I think if they really market this and really want to make this something big, that this could really sell Xboxes. Because if you like get this message out to parents that for $10 a month, your kid can have access to over 100 games and you don't have to take them to GameStop.
So worth it.
And deal with that.
How much EA Access is? EA Access is what, $40 a year, right? Isn't that what it is?
30.
30?
Right?
That's cheaper than I thought. So 30 plus 120 plus 60 for Xbox Live.
Well, that's pricing Xbox Complete now.
The base price for everything is $210 a year. Divided by 12, that's $17.50 a month.
I agree, Shipwreck. That is a good marketing point that you can make. Kids, shut up. I don't have to buy you any games. I already paid $10 a month.
Right. And
for
of course, these are the older games. Like, this service is not meant for everybody who goes out and buys the new release games.
The point I was going to make is that even at $17.50 a month, it's a good selling point for parents. It's not just this $10 a month. There's also this package and this package, or, there's 3 different almost subscription type models. You still get 2 games a month. Actually, now it's 4 games a month with Xbox Live. Plus the extra $10 will get you these extra 100 games that you can add to your library. Plus another $40 for the year will get you these EA games. There's a lot to be said for the amount of AAA games that you will be able to play for a flat monthly fee that are downloadable, not streaming games. It's
without having to go to a store, and that's why GameStop's stock went down.
Yeah, and it's unheard of. I can't think of any console that's ever done anything like this before. And
on live,
Online is on live. Was that downloadable?
No,
it was streaming.
It's similar, like
GameTap.
PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is not comparable to this very much because it's streaming and it's not current games.
It's PS3 games.
Right, it's PS3 games. Like that's not what you want.
No, this will be.
It's not Halo 5. It's not Halo 5. It's not Gears of War.
Right. No, it's just they're going to do well.
Yeah, no, I do think it'll do well. I just think that I think that they should have some sort of pay up front for the year package for both. That's like, I don't know, $120 for everything. Pay us now. Auto renews every year, because I would probably be dumb enough to do that.
They'll do something, maybe.
I'm sure they will.
Maybe next year.
Exactly. No, I think it's a good deal. I'm very curious to see what games are on there and if the games are worth it. Because I don't know if I necessarily have any interest in...
$10 a month, though, like... There's going to be enough there that's worth it you haven't played.
For your kids, maybe, at least.
Yeah,
for your kids.
that might be the twist. Like I have Halo 5. I don't know.
That's why I'm saying this isn't necessarily for you, Wombat.
Yeah.
This isn't for the people who.
It's for the children.
Right.
Well, not so much.
Either for children, or teenagers,
more like high school and college kids.
Punk ass bitches. It's for.
It's for, or even, and I say that like that. Maybe even if you're in your 20s in your first apartment, you still want a console, but you don't want to buy games. $10 a month just to play things.
Yeah.
I think this is a big enough deal that we'll see Sony do something like it as well.
I still can't believe there's no EA access on the PlayStation 4.
Well, they have a contract with Microsoft.
Yeah, I like that, like another developer, like just not a Activision access or Ubi access or something.
They're probably not going to use the word access.
Well, yes, but I'm trying to,
Actipass.
yeah, make a comparative statement.
UbiBox.
UbiBox. Hey, are you spending $40 a year on your UbiBox pass for the PlayStation 4?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's an Ubisoft one at some point. It just makes sense with the games that they make that are
Yes,
like predicated on you continually paying money to better your experience.
Unless Xbox just gets them to be part of this. Because they got 2K to be part of this. That's something, right? And what else? THQ.
And Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so that's right, Warner Brothers.
And Capcom and Namco.
That's a pretty big deal.
it is a big deal.
It is.
And Deep Silver.
Now, Nintendo, do something. Where's your Netflix? I mean, they literally don't have Netflix on their thing.
No,
Make your own Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
With games. Come on, hurry up.
When does this thing go live? Like around May, right? May, June? Is that when it's for everybody?
I don't know.
It's sometime this spring.
Just says spring 2017, huh?
Yep.
Spring technically starts in 20 days. So 20 days, is that what?
Ish.
Yeah.
What's this VR news, Shep?
It seems like Microsoft is going to have something out for Xbox One and PC in 2018.
Where did
and
you
Scorpio.
read this?
Scorpio. It's the same Xbox platform. What was that, GB?
Where did you hear about this? I didn't read anything.
It was something that came out of GDC, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Here it is.
I saw the pictures of it. Looks like a helmet.
Oh, there's a picture? Oh, I'm looking now. I'm a little behind. Oh, yeah, look at that.
You?
It looks like another thing that I don't want to wear.
Yep. It's another one of those things you put on your head. It makes you see things. So there you go. Enjoy that. People that are interested, the same week, didn't they just drop the price? Was it the Oculus? They dropped the price down to $200, or they just dropped it by
No,
$200?
they dropped $200 off the price.
Yeah.
They dropped it to $500.
No thanks.
With the hand wands.
There was a New York Times article about the success of the PlayStation VR, mainly about how difficult it is to judge how many of these things to produce because you don't really know what the demand is going to be like. But they made about 1 million of them, and they sold them. So I don't know. Somebody was hitting us up on Twitter asking us if we read that article, and didn't we say that Sony wasn't going to meet their expectations or something? But we had no idea what their expectations were going to be. But
I don't even know if 1 million of these is good. Is that good?
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's better than 0.
it ain't good if you're trying to make a game for it. I'll tell you that.
No one's going to make a game for something that only 1 million people have.
I mean, a simple game, sure, but
Yeah, but
not the big boys. So yeah, it's good that they sold all the ones they made, but 1 million versus it's like 50 something million PS4s out there. That's a very small fraction. I can't do the math on that.
That returned one at my Target. It's still there.
That's a good deal.
$280 for a repackaged PlayStation VR.
Mine's on the floor right now, waiting for my maid to hook it up. All right. Is that enough show? I'm getting hungry. I need some snack or something.
Yeah, you got to get powered up, rested for tomorrow. Big day, Switch launch.
I know. I forgot to order Zelda, so I got to drive to Best Buy to get Zelda. Or I want my 20% off.
I have to take my Zelda to get groomed
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, let's meet at Best Buy.
I can't. I have to read a book at a kindergarten tomorrow.
Oh, I've done that in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've done it in New York. I'm doing it again tomorrow.
What you reading?
The Day the Crayons Came Home, I think.
Oh, okay.
That
The
classic.
sequel.
Yes, the sequel. Yes, the sequel. I have both sitting on the table. We're not sure which one. It's one or the other.
Are the kids going to understand it if they haven't seen or read the previous one?
I'll do a recap.
The original?
I'll do a
Okay.
recap. Mhm.
Is that allowed? I feel like you may be taking liberties. You may have to throw your ass out of there.
Stupid crayons.
I didn't really find any CAGBAT questions that I liked, so I didn't put any on here. These are all leftovers from before. So, yeah, too bad. No CAGBAT questions. But I will remind you to follow us on Twitter, at GPD, at New Wombat, at Shipwreck, at Video Game Deals. Did you do any more uninformed opinions, Wombat? Or are you on hiatus?
No, I have been most of the earlier this week. I worked late, way too late. Yeah.
All right. Well, people are hungry, Wombat. Feed the people in their ears.
All right.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll be back to you next week with a lot of Switch talk. Probably too much Switch talk. So we'll see you then.
Bread's done.
Happy birthday, Paulie.
What the hell is this?
Your present.
Yo, I wanted a sports car for my birthday. Not no walking trash can.
Oh, come on, he looks great here.
It's extremely psycho, Rocco.
Since you don't have any friends, we thought you'd like it.
Yeah, pretend you're happy, will you? It'll keep you company when you're all alone.
That's a great looking guy.
Please make a wish.
It's creepy. That talks, that thing.
Creepy? These things are great. I wish I had one of these when I was growing up. Come on, make a wish like he says.
I wish I wasn't in this nightmare.
Hey, very classy wish. Very nice. What do you think there? Very good, huh?
Want to help me put out this forest fire?
Sure.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2.